They're so fluffy. A weekly basis. Whoa. Welcome to a week of cottage cheese. I'm going to be showing you all of my favorite cottage cheese recipes, along with trying some new hacks. That way you don't even have to like the texture of cottage cheese to utilize it. High protein meals, let's go. First up, we're making this delicious bruschetta inspired toast. Let's toast up our sourdough. I'm actually gonna air fry. I usually do 350 for about 6 minutes and I flip halfway. I'm using baby tomatoes today, so go ahead and dice it up to how you like it. You want them to be bite-sized. I'm gonna go ahead and quarter mine up. Go ahead and season your tomatoes. I used a really good olive oil, salt, and black pepper. Give it a good mix. You can also add some finely chopped garlic in here if you are feeling garlicky, but I like to scrape it on my bread. Let me show you. Sourdough is nice and toasted from the air fryer, and because I decided not to put garlic in my tomatoes, I'm gonna go ahead and scrape it on my toast. This is gonna give it that nice garlicky flavor without it being too, whoa, overpowering. It starts to like kind of melt onto your toast. For the cottage cheese, I just seasoned it with lemon juice, salt, and black pepper. That's all you need. It's gonna give it a nice refreshing zing and give it some extra flavor. It smells so good. Let's assemble. You want to go heavy on that cottage cheese layer because this is where you're gonna get all your protein to keep you full, all of your seasoned tomatoes, your favorite drizzle of balsamic glaze, some freshly cut basil. You can add some chili flakes if you want. So many flavors, so fresh, nice and crispy. Cheers. So bright, a little messy, but I promise you, it's so worth it. We are back for the next cottage cheese recipe. I've already prepped my tomatoes and my lettuce. I wanted to teach you guys really quick how I get my iceberg lettuce to come out in like these large sheets of lettuce. First, I like to cut the core off of my iceberg lettuce and then remove it completely. And then I submerge the entire iceberg lettuce into some ice water, core side down, so that way the water kind of loosens up the leaves and they remove a little bit easier. And then I will remove them gently one by one. Once I'm done removing all the leaves, I actually will get new water, clean each leaf again, and then let them dry on the side before I create a sandwich, or in this case, we're gonna use it as a sandwich filling. I've already air fried some bacon as well. For the cottage cheese wrap itself, it's super basic. All you need is a cup of cottage cheese and 2 eggs. Mix it up really well. A little bit of olive oil down. I'm gonna pour this over. Nice thin layer. Top it up with your favorite seasoning. I'm gonna use everything bagel seasoning and your favorite cheese. I'm gonna use Parmesan cheese instead. Bake in the oven 350 for about 35 to 40 minutes. Dal is not ready. It took about 40 minutes, still hot. Look how crispy it came out. I'm so glad I used the Parmesan because look how like it has like little crispy topping on top of the wrap. Oh yeah. Woo. Okay, we're gonna let this cool. It works, check it out. Okay, let's make a sandwich. And we're just gonna keep it old school today. I have ham, turkey, lettuce, tomato, pickles, bacon, and that's it. But you can also fill it up with whatever that you'd like. Wrap everything. I just love a clean bite, you know? It looks so good. I can't wait to dig in. I think it's time. Hi, Daddy. Dad's home. I made a sandwich.
Oh, I do that burrito.
You want to take a bite?
Yeah.
I think you're really gonna like it. Look how crispy the wrap is on the outside. Cheers.
It's breaking.
Although it is super delicious, I made one out of spinach that holds its shape really well. So I don't know if I need to make this and bake it longer than the 40 minutes, but nonetheless, it's delicious. It's a little extensive and labor of love-ish, but if I had like a plethora of cottage cheese, then yeah, I would make this. This one is definitely a solid hack. My husband doesn't even know it's made out of cottage cheese. He thinks it's a tortilla. Now for our next cottage cheese hack, we're gonna go with something sweet and salty and do ice cream. I know what you're thinking. I'm actually thinking the same thing because I've never tried this hack myself. So let's make it together. We're going with like a bananas fostery type of ice cream today. We are gonna start off by blending our cottage cheese along with some vanilla extract, a banana, some cinnamon, and honey, but you can use any sweetener that you'd like, and give it a good blend. Just finished blending. I'm gonna do a first impressions with you guys. Okay, but you can still see like how thick it is. Into the freezer safe container. It smells really good. I think that we should freeze it. The recommended amount of time is 2 to 3 hours. No more than that, because I guess it turns into a block. But let's decorate the top a little bit. I added a drizzle of caramel and a little bit of crushed graham cracker crumbs. Now we're gonna freeze for about 2 to 3 hours, and then I will check in back with you. I have been impatiently waiting. It's been exactly 3 hours. It's still a little bit jiggly, but I don't think I can wait any longer. So, first impression with you guys. It's almost like pudding in the middle because I didn't let it freeze all the way. Like, it looks like ice cream. Look, the frozen piece. Looks good. Cheers. Glittery, so good. It's like a little bit salty from the cottage cheese, but it goes so well with like the banana, the honey, the cinnamon, the graham crackers. It's legit giving me like banana Foster vibes. It's honestly so refreshing. It really does taste like ice cream. Like, no lie. I think that you guys should try this hack out. 10 out of 10 for the hack. Would totally remake this. High protein ice cream. Who knew? And this hack I actually really love. I do this on the daily. We're gonna make pizza dip. So a really good option for wine night, or if you want to meal prep it for yourself during the week. And yeah, let's get into it. First thing you wanna do is get your toppings situated. I'm gonna use pepperoni today because I like to air fry them until they get nice, golden, bubbly, and crispy. This is gonna give your pizza dip some texture if you're not gonna use crackers. Air fry them like in one single layer, 400 degrees until crispy, which is normally like 15 minutes or so. This recipe is super customizable. I made it with mushrooms, olives, spinach. So whatever you have, just throw it in there. Bell peppers. This is a full cup of cottage cheese. Gonna add in my baby spinach right now and mix it in. I love adding chopped spinach because it almost disguises vegetables in a delicious dip and no one's gonna know. You can also season at this time. I'm gonna use Trader Joe's Italian seasoning and then give that a good mix as well. And for my garlic ghouls, add the extra garlic. Trust. Now that everything's mixed up well like this, we're gonna add a 1/4 cup of our favorite marinara or pizza sauce. Like cottage cheese lasagna, kinda. And then a nice healthy sprinkle of mozzarella cheese, along with some Parmesan cheese. And now we're gonna air fry at 350 for about 10 minutes on bake. It is deliciously golden and bubbly. I added some of our pepperoni chips on top. I also saved some on the side here for dipping. And then I have some crackers here as well, but you can honestly eat it just like this. Let's take a bite. Who's gonna know this is made out of cottage cheese? Oh yeah, 10 out of 10 for that cheese pull. So I was telling you guys, you can eat it just like this, which is like pizza in a bowl. Cheers. Bomb as always. Crackers, like I was telling you earlier. Just good dippy dip. Cheese pulls are going crazy today. Cottage cheese reminds me of like ricotta. It's like a little pepperoni chip. So, little dip. Grab yourself a good. So fire. For our next cottage cheese hack, we're going with the OG egg meal prep. I'm talking about the copycat Starbucks inspired egg bites that you buy for $10 each. Let's make it at home. Let's start off by cracking 10 eggs in a large bowl, followed by a full cup of cottage cheese. Season how you like it. I'm gonna use some garlic salt today and black pepper. And mix well. I like to use a silicone mold like this because they pop out very easily. We're gonna pour our egg mixture into the mold and we're gonna fill them up about 2/3 of the way full. Comes the fun part. This is the topping. I have turkey, ham, bacon, green onions, and chopped spinach today. Now we decorate. Some ham to these. Add some bacon to these, along with some green onions. Kind of going for like a baked potato from this one, turkey for these, spinach for these ones, sprinkle of mozzarella cheese on all of them. I like to take a chopstick and kind of like poke everything down and give everything like a little quick mix. This just makes sure everything is kind of like dispersed evenly. I also added some chili flakes to this one. Make sure that I know this one is just spinach only. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, I also put a tray of water on the bottom of my oven so that way that water will steam and kind of help cook the eggs evenly. And now we bake in the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. Mine took about 30 minutes for it to get nice and fluffy and cooked through. There are a few that's slightly undercooked, but that's okay because we're gonna meal prep this, and when I microwave it later, it'll be fully cooked. Look how easily it pops out, look. See that? So easy. Okay, let's remove all of these and then let them cool. I like to let them cool completely on a paper towel so that way it absorbs any excess moisture from the cottage cheese, the spinach, or whatever toppings that you use. Let's eat a few because I'm starving. I think that we should have one of each with some sliced avocado, a little bit of sriracha. Cheers. Bacon and chive one, 9 out of 10. All spinach and chili with a little bit of avocado. You can really see the texture in this one. That one's super creamy at 8.5 out of 10. Turkey and spinach. This one's a classic, 9 out of 10. Check out the crust on the ham and cheddar one. Yum, 9.75. They're all amazing and delicious, and it's fun to have like different customizations throughout the week so that way you don't get bored. I think that if you have some cottage cheese in your refrigerator, you definitely should make this. They're super high in protein, and I promise you, you don't even taste the cottage cheese. I like to let them cool completely on a paper. Egg down.